All right, fam. I had no plans on doing anything today. I had no plans on going live. I had a colonoscopy this morning, and so they told me to take it easy. Didn't want me driving, so I'm not going to the studio. So we got a guest host. But that was some news that dropped, and I just had to go ahead and hop on here and spend a little time with y'all. It is amazing to me how these idiots, Donald Trump, Peter Hegseth, J.D. Vance, and all these dumbass MAGA people could have the audacity and the unmitigated gall to talk about DEI and talk about merit and how they were restoring merit to the country. When these fools did something that just shows you how dumb they are. So check this out. Donald Trump's National Security Advisor, Mike Waltz, literally added a journalist, Jeffrey Goldberg, who is the editor in chief of The Atlantic, to a Signal group chat where they were discussing classified information about war plans and bombing Yemen. I know. I know you're sitting here going, you've got to be kidding me. No, I'm not kidding you. Goldberg writes on Tuesday, March 11th, I received a connection request on Signal from a user identified as Michael Waltz. Signal is an open source encrypted messaging service popular with journalists and others who seek more privacy than other text messaging services are capable of delivering. I assume that the Michael Waltz in question was President Donald Trump's national security advisor. I did not assume, however, that the request was from the actual Michael Waltz. I've met him in the past, and though I didn't find it particularly strange that he might be reaching out to me, I did think it's somewhat unusual given the Trump administration's contentious relationship with journalists and Trump's periodic fixation on me specifically. It immediately crossed my mind that someone could be masquerading as Waltz in order to somehow entrap me. It is not at all uncommon these days for nefarious actors to try to induce journalists to share information that could be used against them. I accepted the connection request, hoping that this was the actual national security advisor and that he wanted to chat about Ukraine or Iran or some other important matter. 2 days later, Thursday at 4:28 p.m., I received a notice that I was to be included in a Signal chat group. It was called the Houthi PC Small Group. A message to the group from Michael Waltz read as follows: Team, establishing a principals group for coordination on Houthis, particularly for over the next 72 hours. My deputy, Alex Wong, is pulling together a Tiger team at Deputy's Agency Chief of Staff level, following up from the meeting in the sit room this morning for action items, and will be sending that out later this evening. Over the following days, the members of the group chat, they actually debated action against them. Vice President J.D. Vance was on there, Secretary of Defense Peter Hegseth. Yo, they were literally commenting back and forth. Now, let's unpack this. What these fools were doing is illegal. That's first. You are not to use non-government communication methods to communicate with other officials. There's an actual law that says how you have to preserve communications, email, text messages. So Signal, WhatsApp, Telegram, Wire, all of those different encrypted apps are not supposed to be used. That is a violation of law. Here you have the most senior administration officials, and these dumbasses are on a Signal group chat like we have for my family. What in the hell are these people thinking? And you don't vet the list? You We vet my family list. And when a family member changes numbers, we delete that whole number and put it. Do you see the sheer incompetence of these people? Do you see why these people are grossly negligent? Peter Hegseth, we told y'all, completely unqualified to be Secretary of Defense. Do you actually think that the Secretary of Defense, Lloyd Austin, a retired four-star general who served under President Biden, Vice President Kamala Harris, you think he would make this error? Hell no. These folk, do y'all understand that there are actual procedures in the federal government as to how you are to communicate on secure lines to make sure that you're not being hacked? They're using Signal, and they want to criticize other folk when it comes to DEI? I told y'all this is one of the dumbest administrations you've ever seen in your life. I've told y'all that these people, Lord have mercy, are stuck on stupid. And they literally prove it every single day. Oh my God, do they prove it every single day? And see, here's what's also amazing. Do y'all know what would have happened if Vice President Kamala Harris and Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin and the Biden National Security Advisor, do you understand what would happen if they had done this? Lord, Fox News, conservative talk radio, the conservative blogs would be losing their minds. They would be saying how dumb and incompetent these people, how they have put the nation at risk. They would be screaming from rooftops. Jim Jordan, James Comer would be demanding congressional hearings. And do you know what we hear from Republicans? Silence. Silence. They're saying nothing. It goes to show you how hypocritical they are. It goes to show you how these people are nuts. Oh, Will Cain of Fox News, his show's on right now. I guarantee you he's not taking his good friend Peter Hegseth to task. Oh, he said how amazing he would be, how unbelievable he would be if he became Secretary of Defense. These folks should be resigning. For you to have classified information, you were discussing war plans in a Signal group chat. What in the hell is wrong with him? So you know what that means. You know what that means, that all across the Trump administration, they've been breaking the law. They've been breaking the Presidential Records Act. They've been breaking all of that. The National Archives can't sit here. Let me explain something to y'all how the law works. If you are in a meeting and you are taking notes on the legal pad, the law says you cannot destroy those notes. Those notes must be preserved for the National Archives. Yeah, that's what it says. That's the law. But see, these folks don't care. These people are thugs. Y'all, the Presidential Records Act of 1978 governs the official records of presidents and vice presidents that were created or received after January 20th, 1981. Mhm. It establishes public ownership of all presidential records and defines the term presidential records. Requires the vice presidential records be treated the same way as presidential records. Places the responsibility for the custody and management of incumbent presidential records with the president. I mean, on and on and on. Now, I'm a journalist, and Jeffrey Goldberg chose not to publish some text messages that were back and forth between them. But do y'all know how bad of a breach of security this is? These people have no business being in power. These people have no idea what they're doing. They literally are beyond dumb and stupid. And they have the audacity to question other people, to call them DEI hires. They have the audacity to talk about merit. They brazenly break the law, and we're supposed to go, oh, well, my bad. I don't trust any of them. And the other thing is here, if you're the National Security Advisor, I damn sure don't trust your ass now with national security when you can't even double check a Signal group chat. How in the hell are you going to protect America's secrets when your dumbass is the one who invited a journalist into a Signal group chat discussing war plans in Yemen? Folks, I don't know what to say, but when they say these folks are not the brightest bulb, when I always say these people are not the brightest bulb in a dark room, I mean it. This is sheer idiocy. This is sheer dumbassness. And Democrats should be filleting their asses like a steak every day on every platform for this breach of classified information. Folks, it's going to be a long 4 years with these dumbasses in the White House. And trust me, it will not be the last time. Appreciate it.
Hello, I'm Isaac Hayes III, founder and CEO of Fanbase. Listen to what I'm about to tell you. The window to invest in Fanbase is closing. We've raised over $10.6 million of our $17 million goal. That means there's room for less than 6,370 people to invest in Fanbase for the average amount. The minimum to invest in Fanbase right now is $399. That makes you an owner in Fanbase today. Go to startengine.com/fanbase to invest. Why? Because current social apps have taken advantage of users for far too long, with content suppression, shadow banning, harmful racist content, and no real tools for monetization and equity. Fanbase has over 1.4 million users and counting, allowing anyone to reach all their following and monetize their content from day one. Social media is the new TV, and whoever owns the apps that distribute that content have the opportunity to own potential billion-dollar companies. While big platforms with uncertain futures are failing to serve their users, Fanbase is stepping up to fill the gap. Don't wait until it's too late. Invest now, invest for yourself and your future. Go to startengine.com/fanbase and own the next generation of social media.